てる강제 푸기 파마 야와 기기위세 도에 동에 세주 물생이 맘에나 에마 서다민두 이시놀 봄에나
Joining us today on this really special occasion. A special thank you to our South Salt Lake City Mayor and her council members. Thank you. I'm a little shaking right now. It's really cold. So we express our immense appreciation for all of your presence here in this freezing weather condition. As you all know, we are here to commemorate the tireless work of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's teaching of love, peace, and compassion. We, the Tibetans in this great state of Utah, feel extremely blessed and honored to be able to express our gratitude towards His Holiness by having the street adjacent to our community center under his name. And that's largely made possible with the assistance of South Salt Lake City Mayor Shri Wood. We really appreciate it. I'll just plan on staying here for another 2 hours. And what better day to unveil the honorary street sign than today as we gather here to celebrate the 34th anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize awarded to His Holiness. Mayor, again, we appreciate your presence here, and we would like you to do the honors, please. Thank you.
Well, I am so honored to be here with you today on such a special occasion, such a special date of remembrance for the important work that the Dalai Lama does all over the world. And feel so lucky to have such a wonderful community and community center in our city. We're so grateful to have you here with us to share your culture and your beliefs and your beautiful dance and all of those things that make you so unique. So thank you for being a part of our community. We're so happy and honored to be here today. And when I was approached and asked if there was any way we could make this work and get this done by today so that we could commemorate the 34th anniversary of the Dalai Lama's Nobel Peace Prize Award, we did get it done, and so excited to be here for you guys to all see it. So let's go unveil the street sign.
홍사초 깊고 샜대 마셔 홍사초 깊고 샜대 마셔 홍사초 깊고 샜대 마셔 홍사초 깊고 샜대 마셔 신지기께서 같은 인간의 자유 불사들이 다시 쇼 개공감사회 다시 쇼 시진염동 다시 쇼 기쁜 별라로베 다시 쇼 이신
Apologies, we have some, the tech we have is too advanced.
Yes, so advanced.
So we're having some difficulty, so here we go.
在我们就是说起投不得了，在我们投不得，你们怎么不先投？别这个全部给入的，还没那个给入的比较。
If you please stand for the Tibetan national anthem and the U.S. national anthem.
다 우리 지류 때마찬 상라 다가나시 가정 고슬라 공라텔라 최베 산에 미마 요라니 지류 속에 삽슈체 삽지자시의 슈규이 나머지 참매 캐시신 참매 나기 예나치 노벨 시대 생다니 세리바 차제 아서 노벨 기 센터 개가 버기 자두타 베미 시대 공백 준다 기체 시대 준다 기체 우지 소라야 생도 büyüşe yöbaşı çino konsekem bir çubuço ciddi kundi kejo mi lanam bede gongshita kebar pimi rawa tatsu tachi du tseme shiwe lamdu tinangi zejalati chidong buge gijuk giu dawa chumi se chu geje jowa mi toptangi nimo chino konsa kemgyu kujen chupshiba chenpo chola Nobel shide senda büyüşe zene longo sumchu so shi koe gadyogi tuje kebarchi shigiyin.
As for the earlier technical mishap, ladies and gentlemen, Mayor Sherry Wood, member of the Tibetan Parliament, Tenzin Jingala from Minnesota, council members Corey Thomas and Clarissa Williams. Good evening and welcome to this wonderful evening where we gather to celebrate the 34th anniversary of His Holiness receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. A moment that transcends individual achievements and resonates with the collective pursuit of peace and harmony. This anniversary prompts us to reflect on the timeless values of peace, empathy, and unity. In a world often marked by challenges and divisions, especially in this time of day, the Dalai Lama's recognition stands as a symbol of the shared aspiration for a more harmonious and compassionate existence. We are grateful for the presence of the Honorable Mayor, Minister of Parliament, and our member, Clarissa Williams and Corey Thomas. Thank you for joining us tonight. May this evening be a testament to our commitment to fostering a community built on principle. The Mayor and Councilwoman Clarissa Williams have to leave in a little bit, so we're trying to expedite the ceremony a little bit. So I'd just like to call on our president, longtime president, Lobsan Srinivas.
Thank you. 장로를 제시래. 이제 아주에 주변에 송자님아 이지통이 인기 도시도需求지. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and a member of our community, today marks a significant occasion as we gather to commemorate the 34th anniversary of conferment of the Nobel Peace Prize upon His Holiness the Dalai Lama. It is with a great pleasure that I extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you and to our distinguished guests of honor, Mayor Sherry Wood and the Council Member Clarissa Williams, and honorable members of the Tibetan Parliament for gracing us with their presence, adding to the significance of this momentous occasion. 10th of December is observed worldwide as a Human Rights Day. On this day, in 1989, His Holiness the Dalai Lama was awarded a prestigious Nobel Peace Prize. So without going into detail, I would just read an extract from the speech from the Nobel Committee in 1989. So the Norwegian Nobel Committee said that 54 years old back then, the Tibetan Buddhist leader who fled to India in 1959 after an abortive uprising against the Chinese rule in which thousands of people were killed, was being recognized because he consistently has opposed the use of violence in his campaign. Instead, the committee said that he has advocated peaceful solution based upon the tolerance and mutual respect in order to preserve the historical and cultural heritage of his people. And His Holiness accepted speech. He said, "I was very much appreciate that kind of a recognition about my belief." He said, "In fact, I always believe in love, compassion, and a sense of universal respect. Every human being has that potential. My case is nothing special. I'm a simple Buddhist monk, no more, no less." Reflecting the past 34 years since His Holiness was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, we come together annually to celebrate this remarkable event. Today we also witness the unveiling of an honorary street name change, a beautiful gesture that resonates with the spirit of peace and compassion that His Holiness embodies. Allow me to express my deepest gratitude to Mayor Wood for being a steadfast friend of our community. We are deeply appreciate our Mayor Wood office's guidance on our legal procedure during our challenging times of rebuilding our community center, where I served as the president at the time and Pamela was the CEO of the rebuilding project. And Mayor Wood, your contribution to our community is something that we will cherish for years to come. In the spirit of Tibetan cause, we are also honored to have with us a member of parliament, Lama, who has traveled from Minnesota to be part of our gathering. Thank you, thank you for Jimala and for making this journey and to engage with our community. In fact, tomorrow we are eagerly anticipate a community meeting with Jimala, providing a valuable opportunity for dialogue, and we are looking forward for it. Additionally, I wanted to extend my thanks to Pamela for her instrumental role in connecting with Mayor Wood as a UTA advocacy representative for Utah Tibetan Association. Pamela has played a crucial part in fostering connections and strengthening our community ties. So without taking much time, I would like to ask Pamela to come up on the stage and introduce Mayor Wood, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow, I can see it. Never mind. Okay. First of all, Teshikile to everyone. I want to pay homage to His Holiness the Dalai Lama of Tibet and humbly extend him my profound gratitude. His presence and wisdom continue to guide us through a very difficult period in our Tibetan history. Thank you, South Solid Mayor Sherry Wood and council members. I know Corey left, but I do like to acknowledge her, Corey Thomas, and Clarissa Williams, who is our district council women, and also our parliament member Tenzin Gishla for being here with us despite of your busy schedules to celebrate His Holiness the Great Dalai Lama's 34th anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize for his non-violent structure on behalf of the Tibetan people. I'm honored to introduce my dear friend Mayor Sherry Wood, and I want to thank Utah Tibetan Association board members for giving me this opportunity to introduce Mayor Wood. I extend a gratitude to Mayor Wood for her outstanding contributions to our Tibetan community. Mayor Wood has played
I told Pema that she's my big sister, and I'm so grateful to be amongst a community of just such caring, welcoming people. When I took office in 2010, I had never aspired for political office, kind of ended up here on accident, and now I understand that it was not an accident, that I was elected, and at this time in our community, we have the most diverse community in the state of Utah, and that is one of the things that I am the most proud of. When we do surveys of residents, or when we have focus groups to look at what we can do better in our community, people always comment on, I love South Salt Lake because it's so diverse. And so I too love South Salt Lake because of its diversity. I do have something to compare it to because I just turned 50 this year, and I've never lived outside of South Salt Lake. So all 50 of my years have been in this small city in the state of Utah. And when I grew up here, we were not diverse at all. And so when I see what my community has turned into, it's so vibrant and so colorful and so amazing with what is brought to our little community by when we have. And so one thing I just want all of you little kids in the front, you guys have been so amazing. I want you to know that when we talk about Promise South Salt Lake, I made 3 promises to the community. And when I say my community, I mean anybody that lives, works, or worships here. So please know that when I talk about my community, I'm always talking about you guys. And when I say to everybody that I've made 3 promises to the residents of South Salt Lake, that is live, work, and worship here, it includes all of you. So the first promise that I've made is that every child has the opportunity to go to college and graduate. And that means anything after high school. We want you guys to start thinking about what you want to do when you grow up so we can help you get there. We care about what your pathway looks like to education in our community. We care. We care so much that there are 400 employees that work for the city of South Salt Lake. As a requirement for when they onboard, they have to do the Promise South Salt Lake tour so that they understand the 3 promises that we've made to our community, and they understand why we've made them, and they understand that that's who we are and we have yes in our heart. The second promise that we've made is that every resident, every community member has a safe, clean home and neighborhood. We want you guys to feel safe. We want you to feel safe when you're in our community. We want you to feel like we're one big community, one big family. And then the third one is that everybody has an opportunity to be healthy and prosper. And so we care so much about your being safe and being a part of our community. And so everybody, all of the employees of South Salt Lake can talk to you about Promise South Salt Lake because they have to learn about it when they first come on. So we just want you to know that we're so grateful to have you in our community. We, when you share what is so important and valuable to you so freely and so openly, it means so much to me personally that you are so open and will share your religion, your beliefs, your culture with us. I guess I would just like to end on my favorite quote from the Dalai Lama. It's be kind whenever possible. It's always possible. Thank you.
as a token of appreciation, we'd like to offer just a small
Thank you so much for these wonderful gifts. This says never, well, you guys probably already know this, right? But can I read it to you and be a part of your community? Never give up. No matter what is going on, never give up. Develop the heart. Too much energy in your country is spent developing the mind instead of heart. Develop the heart. Be compassionate, not just to your friends, but to everyone. Be compassionate. Work for peace in your heart and in the world. Work for peace. And I say again, never give up. No matter what is happening, no matter what is going on around you, never give up. Thank you.
Honorable Mayor Sherry Wood of Salt Lake City, Council Member, former member of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, distinguished guests, President and board members of the Tibet Association, and my dear brothers and sisters. It is an honor to be with you today to celebrate this wonderful and also historic occasion. We just unveiled the name of this street, the Dalai Lama Way. I think it's historic because when something like this happens, people inside Tibet will know. They will hear the news. They'll see the pictures, and what this will do is it will send a message that those who are outside Tibet, we care. The United States government and the people care about Tibet, and it will give them hope. So I just want to thank you, Mayor, for your leadership on this. We are also celebrating the 34th anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize awarded to His Holiness the Dalai Lama. When we observe or celebrate this day, it should serve as a reminder, and it should also let us know that His Holiness the Dalai Lama has worked all his life for Tibet and the Tibetan people, and it's our turn, it's our duty, and it's our responsibility to continue that work. Just to put it in context, His Holiness was 6 when he, came to Lhasa as being recognized as the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama. At the age of 15, he was assuming all the political roles of Tibet. As we know, in 1950, the Chinese Communist forces started coming inside Tibet, and in 1959, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, along with thousands of Tibetans, had to flee and leave Tibet. He came into Nepal, he came to India, and there His Holiness set up his base. The idea was not to stay in exile forever, it was to go back. But circumstances have been so that we have now been in exile for over 60 years. I think the real importance or the real significance of what the Nobel Peace Prize did for His Holiness, but more for the Tibetan freedom movement, is that it made a huge impact and let the world know about Tibet. Because around 1980s, and at least till 1989, the world did not know about Tibet. His Holiness, like I said, fled in 1959. Around 1960s, we set up the Tibetan government in Dharamshala, India. And His Holiness worked tirelessly, traveling, meeting Congress leaders, presidents, government officials to lobby and seek support for Tibet. His Holiness came to the United States multiple times in the 1980s and spoke to the US Congress where he laid out a 5-point peace plan for the future of Tibet. This was in 1987. In 1988, His Holiness spoke to the European Parliament in Strasbourg, where he kind of elaborated on the 5-point peace plan and now formulated what is known as the Middle Way policy for Tibet, which seeks for genuine autonomy and not independence. But the key here, and the reason why he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, is because of His Holiness's commitment to non-violence. Despite the aggression, despite the brutality, despite the hardline policies of the Chinese government, His Holiness has always advocated for non-violence, peace, compassion. And that is why he was awarded this Nobel Peace Prize. And what that did was, in 1989, the US government passed the Tibetan-US Resettlement Project Act, which brought the first 1,000 Tibetans to the United States. I think many, or quite a few of you here might have come through that project. And since then, the issue of Tibet was really highlighted on an international stage, at an international level, where lots of support, Tibet support groups, especially here in the United States, we started seeing a wave of young Americans coming out to support Tibet, and also a wave of politicians coming out to support Tibet. And so it has made a huge impact for the Tibetan freedom movement, and that is why this day is really important. Just last week, maybe November 29th, the United States House Affairs Committee passed the promoting a resolution to the Tibet-China Conflict Act, which is another historic step for us. The United States government's policy on Tibet is based on the 2002 Tibetan Policy and Support Act. But this particular bill, what it does is really lays out that historically Tibet was an independent country and Tibetans have a right to self-determination. It counters China's propaganda that Tibet has been a part of China since ancient times, which is not true. So this is a really historic bill, and I know the Utah Tibetan Association and many of you all have been working and lobbying your leaders here in the community to support this bill, and I really want to acknowledge that today. But we still have a lot of work to do. Like I said, the bill has been passed in the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and now it goes on to the House floor. And we still need support, and we still need co-sponsors. So please continue your work. Please continue, trying to get your U.S. congressional leaders to support this bill. Finally, I just want to kind of talk to the youth here. I see quite a lot of young Tibetans here today. As Tibetans, I've always said that, since we are born, we are born with a tattoo on our forehead, and the tattoo is the word R. And what I kind of mean by that is the first R. I kind of give three reasons, for that R. I say the first R is we losing our country, Aurangzeb. We lost our independence, and then we came into exile and we became political refugees, which is the second R. And then, most importantly, is the third R, which is responsibility. Our duty as a Tibetan. What is our duty as a Tibetan? What does it mean to be a Tibetan? So I want you all to really think about it. Our elders who are here have worked really, really hard and really set the stage for us to do a lot of good work. Now it's the time for the youth and for young Tibetans to come out and participate, get involved in your communities, in your government, and also this is a land of opportunity. In the United States, you have this huge, huge opportunity which a lot of our older generation did not have. So please make use and make most of this opportunity that you have, and please work for the Tibetan people and the Tibetan cause, because Tibet needs you now. Tibetan situation, I don't have to, let you know how dire it is, what the situation is inside Tibet with the colonial boarding schools, with the transfer of population, with the re-education, with the discrimination that's going on. So we have an opportunity to do some good work here, and please keep that in mind. And I'll end here with another quote from His Holiness the Dalai Lama too. And His Holiness the Dalai Lama says that change takes place not only through praise or meditation, but through action. Thank you.
接下来我的顶接到的有多的做任务的解答叙述。Ultimate appreciation to Carissa Rowan. Carissa is his first time here with us, but I just found out that she's also have a friend of from our community. Would you please come up here?
walking